You just wrapped up your My Life on the PTSD List tour earlier this year.
Kathy Griffin!
I'm just so glad to be back to work. You know, I was very canceled.
You were very canceled.
The most canceled of cancellations. And so just to be back working is such a gift.
You know, people who missed that tour get to watch it on YouTube soon, right?
There's a special coming out, and it's called Kathy Griffin, My Life on the PTSD List, and it'll be on YouTube October 8th.
We're actually friends now, can you believe it? I'm friends with the Kardashians because they just laugh all the way to the bank. They don't give a about my jokes. They're fine, they're fine.
And I hope you like it and laugh and get away from your problems. Now, I do touch on a couple serious topics, so it's a little different for me.
How could you not?
How could I not? I've been through some stuff.
You have?
I have half a lung. I don't know if you know that.
I did.
I had cancer. I never smoked, but I got lung cancer, so I'm a 1.5 lunged wonder.
Oh my God.
So please
now.
stop flaunting your 2 lungs in my face right now because that's
breathing.
rude.
Yeah,
yes.
You're right. I apologize. Well, what's amazing is that like you wrapped up this tour and you already lined up the next one.
Well, I got my 3rd facelift.
Right.
And as you know, I always talk about all this stuff.
You do.
And so I thought, new face, new tour, and I'm back out there.
How painful was the whole process, if you don't mind me asking?
It's painful.
Yeah.
And when people say it isn't, they're lying.
Yeah.
I mean, they yanked my face. And I said, give me a good yank. I go, doctor, I don't want to see you in 6 months.
Right.
Give me a good, get in there and just start pulling,
just go for
yanking.
You actually said, I love that you picked your doctor because he did Sia's facelift.
Okay, how funny is it, first of all, and I talk about this in my special, Sia wears a backwards wig because she truly likes being anonymous.
Yes.
She doesn't want to be a celebrity, but she is one of the world's biggest stars and great singer, songwriter. And so she went to get a facelift and she said, you've got to go to Dr. Talley. And I'm not getting a kickback, so I just said his name because people ask. And so she showed me her before and after pictures, which is very Hollywood, to pass around your phone and show each other your before and after pictures.
I love it. Are you happy with the results?
I kind of am.
You look great.
I know I'm shallow, but I am.
No, you're yourself. I feel like you still look, I mean, let's get another close-up.
Take a good look at the face.
Come on.
I'm still a little swollen here. Like, I get it. I look like I punched myself a little bit, but I still like it. I can't help it.
Some people would put fillers to get that look,
That's what that is. They took fat from my thigh and they did it with liposuction. It was like violent like this.
Wow.
And then they put it in my face. It went from my thigh to my face.
Right.
I think it's so funny, some of these folks, men and women, who've obviously had work done, but then they say, oh, I went to a spa for a week, or they come up with some excuse. I mean, I have a new face. You can tell I look different than I did before the facelift. And so I say, new face, new tour, and I talk about it. I'll talk about it on stage because it is a funny and bizarre practice. Oh, and then guess what? After you get the facelift, you go to one of these rich, fancy places where they take care of you.
Oh, for recovery.
Oh, for recovery. And you're all covered in gauze. So all I want to do is peek through the gauze and see what other celebrities are there. And I want to catch somebody in their gauze.
Because any cosmetic procedure you've done and regretted or would never do again?
No. And you know, another reason I did it is I had cancer twice. I had lung cancer, lost half a lung. I got uterine cancer. I had a full radical hysterectomy. And I thought, you know what? I want to do a surgery where afterwards it's something more positive. And my vanity took over and I said, that's it. I'm getting a 3rd facelift.
Well, you said that the gloves are coming off on this next tour. Who should be afraid?
Donald Trump should be afraid. Now, I'm not going to do a whole political show. I probably do maybe 20% political stuff.
You've always been fearless in that way.
That's my problem. Because I'm Kathy Griffin and I never learned my lesson.
Jimmy Kimmel.
You know, you were, of course, also very outspoken in support of Kimmel when he was pulled off the air. In fact, he thanked you in that monologue on his first night back.
I've heard from a lot of people over the last 6 days. Conan O'Brien, James Corden, Arsenio, Kathy.
What did that mean to you?
It meant everything. You know, I was just by myself in my PJs watching it, crying, because I think it was a real tipping point for the popular culture.
I got emotional too watching that.
I got emotional because, you know, it happened to me. 8 years ago, I took a very controversial photo holding up a Trump Halloween mask with ketchup on it, but I was doing a spoof of Perseus and Medusa, and I thought people would get it, and they didn't, and the cheese stood alone, and then I didn't work for 7 long long years.
Wow.
Art speaks volumes. You know, don't underestimate the power of a good joke. And that's another reason I'm glad that Kimmel is back. His monologues have never been better, in my opinion.
I agree.
He's already a funny guy,
right,
but now he's really on fire.
This is why I'm excited for your next tour as well, because like you said, you're not going to hold back.
No.
You are going to get a little political, you know.
And I'll get in trouble.
think so?
Of course, I'll piss off some people. I'll get sued a couple more times. I'm used to it. This
You're not
is
scared
like
of anything.
Not scared of anything.
Love
They've
it.
already done everything they could do to me.
Have you ever considered doing another reality show?
Good news. They got you a star, but it's on the Palm Springs Walk of Fame.
Oh, for God's sake.
My life is still the same. It's just there's no cameras. But every day I'm on the D list. I just got ushered out of a party at Paris Hilton's house by security.
Why?
I mean, I'm still on the D list. Because I went into this curtain area because I wanted to say hi to Kris Jenner, and I didn't know it was like a private area of the house. And then I was doing this bit for Kris, trying to make her laugh, and then the security, I felt his hand on my shoulders.
Oh, no.
Which is not the first time that's happened at many parties where I've been ushered out by security.
I cannot believe it. I can't believe you actually did a pledge. You held up your hand and said, on my honor, I will never have another diet soda. That's a diet soda, isn't it?
This party has taken such an ugly turn.
You ever go back and watch and kind of relive those moments?
I have not watched the show since it aired. Isn't that weird?
That's
I've only
wild.
watched episode 1, and I'll tell you, I was proud of it. Like, I watched it a little bit removed because it was 20 years ago, but I was like, oh, hey, this is a funny show. And so sometime I'll get my pals together and we'll watch the whole series or one season or something.
And it still holds up. You know, when I say holds up, it's just so funny and also genuine.
It was real.
You know?
It's definitely real.
I mean, was that kind of your MO going into production?
That's what I asked Bravo. I said
said-
the one thing I want is I want it to be legit and I want it to be real, and I don't want to have any scripted lines or anybody else writing jokes for me or anything like that. And they did. They let me do a real reality show, and it was real.
Another real project, her weekly YouTube show, Kathy Griffin, Talk Your Head Off.
Don't look down at me. Don't look down at me like, really, girl?
I was on the dating apps
Oh.
for 3 weeks as myself.
Just 3 weeks.
Just 3 weeks, and I'm done. It was fun. I went out with 3 different guys, and that particular process is not for me.
No.
That's all I can say.
Oh, it's tough
I'm
out
too
here.
famous. Who am I kidding?
I agree. Have you slid into anyone's DMs? I feel like Instagram and social media is kind of where these dates are happening now.
I got a DM from Shaquille O'Neal, and that was wild. And he saw a web talk show I did with A$AP Rocky at my house. And A$AP came over, and I was really giving him a hard time just to see if I could get him to crack. And Shaquille O'Neal, he DM'd me, and he said, did you really sleep with A$AP Rocky? And I said, oh, down to the nub. Down to the nub. Of course I didn't.
Of course.
But I wanted to make Shaq laugh. And so he just wrote back, LOL.
God, that's so good. You know, you joked that you were on the first episode of Entertainment Tonight. I hope you keep coming back. You are a legend, my friend.
I'm a friend of the show.
You are a friend of the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks,
We
hon.
appreciate you.